Hello and welcome. It is Monday, and you're listening to Deprogrammed. Hopefully, that means you are subscribed already, because that's why it's hitting your feed. If you have just stumbled across this episode randomly, hi, welcome to the show. This isn't what we normally do on Deprogrammed. This is literally just a reporting of what's going to happen this week. On our Thursday episodes, we talk about a band, and through that conversation, we come up with a top 10 starter kit list for you to get into the band. So if that interests you, hit the subscribe button immediately, if not sooner. I'd very much appreciate that. This week on the show, on Thursday, we are talking about Thin Lizzy. I think I have my order correct. Yes, because we're getting into July. So Thin Lizzy was recorded a little while back, and it's hard to remember it's one of those bands where, and we're recording another one this week, where it's like they're a band I was lightly aware of, and just never did the dive. Had no reason to do the dive. Thought I wouldn't be into, and they're just this fun band from the past. And that's what that episode was just, this is fun to kind of go over what this band was. So Thin Lizzy is our Thursday episode. I mentioned that same panel. We are recording Blue Oyster Cult this week. We were supposed to record it last week. Did not happen. Got it on the books for this Wednesday. We're also recording Guster on Monday, which is today, if you're listening to this. Hopefully you listen to it in order. If this, again, just randomly found your feed on a Tuesday, then I don't know. But we're recording Guster on Monday, which includes one new voice and two voices who I'm excited to have back into the fold. So we're doing that on Monday. And then Teenage Fan Club, I'll tell you what, we finally got it on the books, and it looks like it's finally going to happen. Scheduling was, I hesitate to say a nightmare, because it wasn't. It's just, we have three different area codes, three different time zones. I can speak, I swear. Three different time zones that we're working with, and it's not like, somebody's in California, somebody's in Colorado, somebody's in Georgia, which is all of 3 hours difference, and is, relatively speaking, easy to book around. And it's not even like just two American time zones and then an Australian time zone, which is hard, but like usually we can figure out a way around it. No, it is an American time zone, a Welsh time zone, and then an Australian time zone. So it was just really figuring out a time that works. And I'll tell you this, John and I are, I'm usually up at 7 a.m. anyway, but up and recording at 7 a.m. is not usually a thing for me. So I'll tell you, I'm going to have to get up a little early and make some coffee, but we're making it happen. Teenage Fan Club is finally getting in. I'm excited to talk about that band. So I'm just happy that it's finally happening. Playlist diving. I'm still backburnering American Steel and NoFX. I think perhaps I'll get back to finishing NoFX this week if some of my other ones kind of work quickly. I already started on Sloan literally yesterday, I think. Yeah, I'm recording this on a Sunday, so I think yesterday I've gotten 2 albums in. There's still 5 left, but I feel like, not that it's going to take me long, but I'm pretty much only going to be able to take them like an album at a time. Not in a bad way, like in a good way. Like I want to absorb it one at a time. Time permitting, I'm going to listen to Dikembe as well. I've already started making some cuts to my Porcupine Tree list. So I've got cuts for Porcupine Tree listed, cuts for Protomartyr listed. I know I've got a couple weeks for Protomartyr, so I might get started on cuts, but Porcupine Tree will take priority there. And then as I've mentioned a million times, Kishibashi's probably a little ways out. What else is coming up on the show this week? Actually, I should mention we're also recording a number of dailies, possibly one on The Great Impersonator by Halsey, and for sure Ryan is doing his top 5 concerts literally today, like as it go, as this goes out. So those are coming up. Other episodes of the show this week. Tuesday, we're doing the Perfect 10 with Brian C., and that is his Perfect 10 albums, and he's giving me his top 10. So that'll be a fun listen, and I feel like a lot of you who actually do listen to these dailies are going to want to do that. And I feel like these dailies are more for like the people who are really involved in Deprogrammed. I'm hoping that we find new people to be that involved in Deprogrammed. That's the hope. But I feel like it's the tight circle who really listens to the dailies. So I get the feeling that you are going to want to do the Perfect 10 as well. On Wednesday, I sprung another 90s to 70s band on John for the After the Fact this last week. So the second version of that will be coming out. I'm sure we'll do a couple more of those. They're fun, and this one I threw a couple curveballs at them, and the fun was like kind of talking through them. So that was fun. I really like that. And on Saturday, Anderson brought me a conversation. Sirius XM is having July 4th, a 250 top 250 playlist. So we kind of walked through like the bands that were nominated and the songs that were nominated. That was fun. It was math related, as you might know, with Anderson. And then in a couple weeks we'll talk about what actually made the top 250. If you're listening to this far, there's people coming into the DMs with ideas, and I appreciate that. These dailies, I'm gonna have to record a lot of them coming up, and the hope is with how many I've recorded, I probably won't do many more regular episodes in July. I'm probably going to focus a lot on getting dailies canned, not only to finish July, but to do as much of August dailies as possible, so that I can try and take August off, like completely. I will say this: I will not be starting any new. I will not be starting any new panels in August. So if I'm not already started on it, we'll have to get back to it in September. As it stands, the 3 episodes I'm recording this week finish out September for me. So I'm hoping I will probably, depending on how many dailies I get in the can, to get started on October, and maybe even finish October with as many as I have going. We probably can get through October and July. It just really depends. Like I said, I think I'm going to focus July on getting dailies recorded. As many dailies as possible. And then I should also mention, as I'm recording this tonight, we're recording episode 3 and 4 of our Green Day Championship edition. So those are going to be dailies coming out in August. So, a lot of numbers talk. I'm boring you with numbers talk, and I apologize. But there we go. Those are things that are coming up on this week on Deprogrammed. We will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.